Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to be adding trim and the final exterior touches to the outside of my house. In the past few episodes of this series, I've been working on external features of the house. Windows, doors, siding, house wrap, things like that. And now I'm at an exciting point. I get to apply the trim, paint, and other exterior details so the house looks largely complete on the outside. I seriously have been looking forward to this moment for months. Let's start with the trim. I received a few comments pointing out I should have installed the trim first, and then the siding in between the trim. I did a bit more research on my own, and I saw the approach the commenters mentioned as well as the approach I'm going to take used. Maybe I misunderstood what they were saying or my research material wasn't quite correct, but I'm going to go forward with what I had been planning all along. I need to install trim in two places. At the corners of the building and around the window and door openings. The former should be pretty easy, I think. Looking online, corner molding on houses usually looks like this, and effectively is like a long wooden piece of angle iron. I have a table saw, so I'll cut up some cedar boards into strips. Then I'll make two intersecting cuts to turn the square profile of the board into an L shape. Once I have all my corner molding shaped, I'll prime it with the same paint that I put on the siding. And that's the corner molding complete. Now let's start on the window and door molding. This is going to be a bit different. First, I'll cut a bunch of strips of cedar to size. In my last video, I made this fixture for ripping small work on my table saw, which I'll use again for these trim boards. I'll rip the profile of the trim so that it fits around the window cavity. Because I didn't have a good way to safely push the boards all the way through the jig, I stopped each board halfway, flipped each around, and ripped the other half on the other side of the blade. And here's what I ended up with. Now, with all the molding done, it's time to paint. I got a number of great suggestions on paint colors in the last video, so if you gave me one, thanks for that. Frankly, it's looking like my choices aren't going to be as broad as I thought they might be. As I'm recording this, a number of restrictive measures have been put into place to help curb the spread of COVID-19. Due to this, I'm stuck with the paint colors I have on hand. So, I picked the three colors that seemed most doable, and painted some sample boards to help me make up my mind. Here are my three choices. In the end, I decided to go with the tan color, largely because it's the lightest, and if I did want to repaint another color, it'd be easiest to cover over. Before I could start painting the house, I did a bit of preparation. After the paint was dry, it was time to install all the molding, starting with the corners. As I've built this house, I've ensured that the floors continue to stay separate. Here, I'll pull them apart slightly and show you. To ensure that the floors continue to be separable, I'm going to cut each piece of corner molding in half. One part for the upper floor and one part for the lower floor. Wow, that's a massive improvement already. Now to install the window molding. All the double-wide door casings need some molding, too. I really should have painted the siding the final color prior to installing it on the house. I had to do a round of touch-ups, filling in spots I missed even after a few coats of paint. Finally, I wanted to get the porches and deck mounted back on the house. I only installed them temporarily. I still haven't come up with a good way to hold these in place yet. Anyway, that's all I had time to get done this week. What do you think of the project so far? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching! As an afterthought, I've been thinking about trying out live streaming sometime. Is that something you'd be interested in watching? And if so, would you want to see me work on some sort of project for the house or something else? If there's enough interest and I can figure out a good way to do it, I'll give it a try next weekend. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you later.